Kevin Lemley. All right, wanted to go over our communication policy, and it is a little different from other law firms, but we want to take a minute here and explain why. No communication policy is going to be perfect, but we've been using ours for a long time, and it does bring order to the chaos, and it is the best way to do things. First thing I want to address, so keep in mind, on any given day, we have about 200 clients, and we're going to keep all of your stuff secret. We're not going to tell the other clients what's going on in your case, but vice versa. We've got 199 other clients with all sorts of things going on that we can't tell you about. So one thing to keep in mind is when you're doing something, think about how that would work if 200 other people were doing it. And so a good example that I give, this isn't like texting your mom or calling your mom. You send mom a text, she doesn't answer, you send her 5 in a row, call her 3 times, that's no big deal. But think about it over here, if you do that with us and 200 people are doing that, now we get 1,600 communications that have to be processed that day. Keep in mind also, that's 200 clients, but that means there's 200 opposing lawyers, there's 200 judges, there's all these court staffs. We're getting bombarded by vendors, people wanting to sell us things, people wanting us to hire them. All that is coming into us all day long. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is our phone policy. And a big point that I want to make is that cold calls do not work, and we do not accept them. If you call any of our numbers, there is nobody there that will answer. They're all digital. They're all going to go straight to voicemail. The reason for that is when there's one line with somebody answering it, and every client, every opposing attorney, every vendor, everyone wanting to sell us something, when they're all calling that one line, they all block each other. And that's why it doesn't work. And that's why with other law firms, you can't get a hold of the lawyer for 5 or 6 weeks because everybody is just calling that line and they're all blocking it and they're all blocking each other, and only one gets through every now and then. Our online numbers, they are set up. They block all that for us. So when people are trying to sell us stuff, which is all day long, or people are calling us with stupid things, which if you can see that log, we get so many ridiculous calls all day long. We get people wanting us to be the private police for them, wanting us to do things for free, where they clearly haven't read anything on our website. They're wanting us to do landlord-tenant cases or all sorts of things that are nowhere on our website. So if we were letting you get through, we have to let all them get through, but we are blocking all that. So the way we compensate it for you, for our clients, we have an unpublished text line. Only our clients have it. So we know when we're seeing a text in there, it's a client who needs something, and then we can respond to it. And the way that we do that is everybody on the team has access to it and can respond to it. So when all of our attorneys are tied up in court, all of our staff members are monitoring that text line, and clients are getting responded to. Same with our email. All day long, it's getting monitored by the staff, and clients are getting answers. Now, it's not like texting or emailing your friend. So keep in mind, even though it looks to you like, hey, I sent a text, I just need one quick little thing, we're having hundreds of other things happen also. So we might not get a response to you for a few hours or maybe even the next day, but that's a lot faster than what you're going to experience with other firms. We also do a single point of contact, all right? And so that's very important. I think you're kind of getting the gist of this, is that we're having to manage hundreds or thousands of communications every day, and we can only have one point of contact on your case, all right? We can't be dealing with you, having the call with you, going through all that, spending all that time, and then your dad calls and we got to go through it again, and then your sister calls and we got to go through it again. The way we put on that, we got one point of contact for every case, no exceptions. So 9 times out of 10, it's going to be you. But if a family member calls in and they're wanting something, they're going to get blocked, and we're not going to do it. If we need to talk, let me be very clear about this. You can talk to us. We can have conversation. We're just going to schedule it. So when we're needing to have a call, needing to have a meeting, we just ask you to set it up and we schedule it by text or by email. By and large, we're going to do these meetings by Zoom, or we're going to do it on some type of recording. Here's 2 big reasons why phone calls and face-to-face meetings don't work. One is on a phone call, half the time the client misunderstands something, and then we're just dealing with having to explain why it wasn't what was said. And I'll give you a good example. We had one a while back. Somebody was hiring us, and we had the conversation. They were going to come meet me at the Cersei office. Somehow they heard I was going to go to a truck stop to meet them. Now, how on earth they heard that, I do not know. That's why we like using text and we like using emails, because it gets it into our writing where there's no confusion, there's no misunderstanding. The other thing with a phone call, and think about this, if you call me and we talk, now whatever we talked about is sitting in my head, and then it's got to get distributed to the staff in a text or an email. So it makes that extra step required. Versus if you did a text or if you did an email, we can just forward it among the staff, we can get it entered into our client software, and things are going to move a lot faster for you. We also don't do drop-in meetings. And with every location, I've instructed the staff, keep the door locked, and you can't just come drop in. It's also just, think about if everybody just came to drop in, we wouldn't be able to get anything done, all day long. I actually had to close down an office in Desert because of this. It was going okay, but people would just drop in just to talk to us, and it wound up where we couldn't get things done. I promise you and I assure you, you are going to be more informed, more updated than any other client in any other law firm. You're just not going to be able to have a phone call at the exact second that you necessarily want it, or an in-person meeting at the first second that you want it. But as long as you can be patient with us, work with us to get things scheduled, and then be able to handle it by Zoom, by email, by text, then you're going to be in great shape, have a great experience. But that's why we have that communication policy. It's why we have to have it, so we can effectively serve not only you, but all of our other clients. Thanks.